Hello again, it's Joey John McGuire in my usual local haunt in the Oyster Rooms, Office 1, Fulham Broadway. I'd like to recite my latest poem, done in the early hours of 2 mornings ago. A reminisce and a blast back to the past about my old metalwork teacher, who was a very sadistic man and should have been struck off years before I met him. His name was, the metalwork teacher, his name was Mr. Steele. I'm sure he's long gone now. They say never speak ill of the dead. But sometimes the truth has to be outed. Mr. Steele. Especially for you, up there wherever you are, or down there. Mr. Steele. A cold heart to match his name and chosen profession. His rough cotton grey coat, handlebar moustache, gait and stance, all remnants and clues as to his past, and meant to give a military air. His tick-tock by the clock, authoritarian manner, the no compromise, do as I say rules, along with the promised punishments which were written on the wall as if engraved in granite. All weapons of bitter revenge, I guess, to compensate his lost youth, because this man could never have been a child, not with his sadistic need to be in control. His goose-stepping Nazi rants, along with his constant pacing, searching for and in pursuance of his first victim. And only a gullible child would do a fag to serve as a warning. His uncontrollable jubilance at the success of his acute sensory hearing, his devoted love for the dull thump of metal on wood, this monster came complete with radar. We never did understand the obvious signs of latent homosexuality, all hidden but betrayed by his look of glee gained from the cruel mischief of his brutal dominance. How he savoured with pleasure the inner knowledge of things to come, his little piece of sheer ecstasy, the whipping torment from his corrupted soul. His nasty little stinger, his self-made, self-named wasp, the tear-maker for many an innocent fag, his very own initiation into his world of sadistic heartbreak. His opening stunt, a forced pirouette performed on tiptoe, aided by a tightly twisted ear, to the applause of fellow classmates, all oblivious to the gravity of the impending happening. His textbook manner of humiliation, nose to the offending metal hammering square, a bare-bottom spanking, and how glorious the thrashing, the smarting sting of those deep red welts, how long I remember their lasting, all delivered with pierpoint precision, and how quiveringly barbaric. There was a cold air of revulsion to the last one, every little boy silenced by fear, except for one who had been left wounded and sobbing, and that little boy was I. As for the welts, it took a month for them to clear, but the scars they left on my mind would remain to haunt me forever. Joey John McGuire. Thank you, Mr. Steele. Rutherford Grammar School.